Okay, back with the second half of turn 4, the 8 a.m. turn for Antietam. 160th playthrough of the Glory 3 system here. So just a little bit of a recap here. We've been through the first 6 activations. Over here we had Jackson, Sumner, Hayes, that's the artillery back here, Longstreet, and Mansfield. So we're moving on to the last half of the turn, and to see how that's going to balance out. We've still got a whole set of activations with the Confederate side and just a couple activations with the Union. So let's take a look and see what we've got for the next activation. And it's going to be Hayes's artillery again. So that's going to be the artillery over here on this side. These units here, here, and here. Again, can't move, but they can fire and try to do some damage. So we're going to get the Reserve C over here firing at the artillery over here, trying to break them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a range of 5 within range of the long range guns. So it's going to be +0. So it's going to be +4 for strength. It's going to be plunging fire, which is going to get a +1 on the terrain. So it's going to be +5. So they need a 9 with a +5 on the dice. 5 + 5 is 10. That is going to force a cohesion check on the artillery. They need a 7 or less. They roll a 7, so they're okay. And the next one over here is going to be Reserve B, which they're going to try to fire on artillery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're in range, +0, so they're going to be 3. It's firing uphill, so it's -1. So that's going to be 3, 2, +2. So 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls an 8, +2 is 10. So it's a cohesion check on them. So 7 or less. They roll a 0, so they're okay. Now they're actually going to return fire. Now I didn't return fire with the short range guns over here because their range was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just too long. They would have had a -1 and a -1 going uphill, so there'd be nothing for modifiers on there. But here it's a little bit different. They'll actually fire back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're long, so they're in range with a 0 modifier, +3 on the dice. Now it's just down 1 level, so there's no modifier for plunging fire. So it's going to be 9 with a +3 on the dice. 3 + 4 is 7. That is a miss. So that's all of the firing with Hayes. The other unit can't, just doesn't have the range. So we'll move on to our next chit. Next one is going to be Longstreet. So this is Longstreet's second. Put that up there for you. So again, Longstreet is here with Walker, here with Anderson, here with D.R. Jones, McLaws, and Hood up here, as well as his reserve artillery. Now, I think actually we'll start with his reserve artillery. That one is all by himself. He's all by himself. I know there's another artillery up here someplace. Oh, he's back here. He was moving back. That's right. So he's over here. Okay, so those are the reserve artilleries for them. So I think he will fire. Try to go against Richardson over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's a range of 4, short range. It's going to be a -1 for range. So he's going to be a 2. Goes down to a 1 for the range. So it's a +1 on the dice. It's not plunging fire. So 9 with a +1. Rolls a 0. That's a miss. All right. Evans is over here. Oh, we've got this reserve artillery up here as well. That's the one I'm missing. he can shoot. He'll shoot at Caldwell over here. So he's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's in range. He's an L. +4 on the strength. Plunging fire gets him one more for 5. So needs a 9 +5 on the dice. Rolls a 0, so that's a miss. Let's see what else we have. We have here, here. Oh, there was another one here. That's right, and there. Wilcox is still, he can't activate quite yet. Restricted by the McClellan rules. So he's okay, but I think we're gonna just move some artillery here. So the medium guns over here are gonna move up with him. So they'll now become with Walker, which is fine. And then we're gonna switch around this one to go 1 uphill. Let's see, 2, 3. So that's 2. So it's 3, and then 4, 5 over to there. And then those two have fired. He's not moving, and that should be it for the artillery. Let's activate Anderson next. So his artillery cannot see anybody down here. Oop. Yet. So I don't think he'll fire. So it's all going to be movement next. So I think we're going to have, he's going to have to, I think, come forward to protect. Now, actually, I think he's going to come forward to protect the artillery. He's got to. They're going to be under fire, but I think he's got to. Actually, he could move 1, 2 to there, provide some cover in front, and he could still shoot over. Evans is good there. Artillery. Actually, we're going to move this artillery to there for 2. So actually, I think they're going to move back here. So that'd be 2, 3 into there. So they can fire on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can provide some counter battery effort up there. Boom, boom. They'll hold there. They'll, I think, hold there. Same with them. And he's in a dangerous position. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. He's going to move up into here, kind of protect that hex a little bit more. He could actually, yeah, it's a 1-to-1 pretty much. Not great, so they won't attack. Okay. So I think that's all the movement for Anderson. There'll be no attacking, no recovery. So we'll move on. Walker still staying down here. He's covering the flank. So I think it's still manageable with Jackson and Longstreet to the north here. What do we got? McLaws over here. He's in a good reserve position. I don't think he has to move yet, so I think he's going to stay still. So he's not going to do anything. His artillery, though, I think they'll just stay there as well, just kind of being in reserve. Okay. So that leaves 2 semi-engaged divisions of Longstreet, Jones, and Law, which I'm going to zoom in on with our other camera here. So here we have them. So we've got Jones down here. We've got Hood over here. We've got to figure out what we're going to do. So they've been pushed back. They could attack. They'll get a -1 on here. Artillery can't do much. Because he's here. There's nothing really to fire at. The other one over here, he needs to recover, so he's not going to move. One of these units will move back like that. Turn that way. The artillery can face a different direction. And then these two units are going to attack across there. So we'll take the Law B first. So Gordon C is going to fire on him defensively. So they'll need an 8 or higher. There'll be a +1 for open terrain. So that gets that, and that's the up 1 level is no effect. So it's going to be, he needs an 8 with a +1 on the dice. He doesn't get it, the attack continues. So, odds ratio 1-to-1, no modifiers. Difference in cohesion, it's +3 to the Confederates. So it's +3 on the dice. Terrain is open and down 1 level. So it's +1, so that's going to be +4 on the dice. Okay. So they need a 5 with a +4 on the dice. Oh, they roll a 0. Oh, they roll a 0. 0 + 4 is 4. Attacker's automatically disordered. And then cohesion check. Ugh. So they foul out. So cohesion check. Needs a 6 or less. He's okay. Alright, next one over here. This guy against him. Disordered Gordon A. He's going to defensive fire. Needs an 8. +1 for the open terrain. -1 for disorder. So he needs an 8 or higher. Rolls a 9. Wow. Wow. Gordon's line has really held up disordered Law's units and essentially stopped the attack cold right there. Okay, last thing to do with Hood is we're going to try to get Wolford back in good shape. He's over here under Hood. He's a 6. He needs to roll a 6 or less. Rolls a 6. So Wolford is back in good order. He may be called on to try to do something here. Next turn. Alright, so that's Hood. That's all done. Last one is Jones. DR Jones here. So his artillery has nothing to fire at, so that's pretty much done. For movement, we're going to get Walker here, J. Walker. We go 1 to there, 2, 3 into there. Then we're going to get Kemper to move up 1, 2, 3 into there under Drayton. Provide a little bit more defense. And then we'll get GT Anderson into there for 2. And let's see, that'd be 3. No, you can't make it all the way up there, so it'll stop at that point. And the last one over here, I think we're going to leave Garnett back here as reserve on there. So now attacks, it's pretty tough here because all these guys are fronting somebody, are multiple units. So if they attacked either one of those, they'd have to attack all of them. If they brought him in, then it would be everybody around here, and it's just not worth it. So I'll set up defensively for now. And that'll actually prevent the Union from recovering over there. They'll have to fall back if they're gonna recover. So that should be it for Longstreet's 2nd AM. We'll move on to Hooker right there. So with Hooker, we've got Ricketts, Meade, and Doubleday. Now Ricketts over here, he's got quite the little problem going on. He's got units up here, but most of them have to recover here. So let's take him first. First off, the artillery. Artillery has a nice shot at the disordered Law right in front of them. So they're a 2 with a long-range guns, so they're going to be +0. Terrain is going to be 0, so it's going to be 9 with a +2. So 5 + 2 is 7. That's going to be a miss. Okay, so now Ricketts needs to figure out what to do with his units. So first off, Hearts Off is back here. He'll recover a little bit later. These two units need to pull back to recover. So you're going to go 1, 2 into there, and then yeah, he'll go up the hill 3 to there, and he'll have to stop. And then Hearts Off A will come back out of here as well, and they will both be no rallies. They will not be able to rally the end of their activation here. The last one, and Ricketts himself, is Christian, and he is going to pivot over here like so, and Ricketts is going to come back up on the hill like that, so we can keep everybody in command. All right, so we've got no attacks, because again, this would be possible to attack here. But we do have a rally over here. We're going to get Hearts Off to recover, or try to, 6 or less. Rolls a 1, so he's in good shape. Okay, so we'll take off the no rallies here, and we will move on to the next one, which I think is going to be Meade over here. So Meade has Anderson to recover, and Magdalene to recover. He does have his artillery, which can do something. So we're going to start with them. They'll fire straight ahead at Hayes's hex. So it's going to be +3 medium guns. So it's going to be 0 at a range of 2. Terrain, they're in open terrain, so it's no effect. They're firing down just 1 level, so that's nothing else. So it's going to be 9 with a +3 on the dice. 3 + 3 is 6, no effect. And so I think there's going to be no movement for Meade itself, just recoveries. We'll try to get Anderson. He's a 5. Needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 6. Does not make it up. And then the other one over here, I'll take this off. We've got is Magdalene. He is a 5. Needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 2. Makes it. So he's back in good shape. Alright, so that's all for Meade. Now, Doubleday, as I said, his guns are over here. Well, if I do both guns, that'd be a 3 + 2 is 5, -1 is 4. Okay, that's what we'll do. Both guns fire at Lawton. So it'll be 3 with a +2 for the stacked artillery. That's 5. Range is -1 is 4. Terrain, there's no modifiers, so it's a 9 with a +4 on the dice. Rolls a 1. Doesn't get anything. Now they can counter battery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within range, so that's 0 with a +2 on the dice. So they will fire. 9 with a +2. Rolls a 1 as well. So no hits there. Okay. Now Doubleday. He's got to pull back a bit. I think Gibbon is going to go 1, 2 to there. 1, 2 to there. Doubleday will stay there for a moment. He will Phelps will go 1 into there, 2 into there, and wind up facing that way. Doubleday will come over with him, like so. He'll be a no rally. So there'll be no other rallies for them for the turn. And that'll do it for Hooker. All right, next we have Stuart's cavalry. So again, right over here. Actually, Stuart's in kind of the same position that he was before. Over here. And then just to the west of Sharpsburg, he holds these reinforcements. Hampton are coming up. So now for Stuart, J.R. Jones is with them now, so he can potentially fire with them. And he could go at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At Gibbon there in the woods. Woods is going to be no effect, so it's going to be +2, range is 0. So he needs a 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 0, so that's a miss. Okay. Then we have them. They're not going to be able to see him. They're down too low. Right. Okay. So Pelham won't be able to shoot at anybody. All right. So movement. We'll do up here first, if there's any, or have moved up. Hampton's units. Wade Hampton's units that are moving up over here at Sharpsburg. And back here. So they're going to try to move up and coordinate with them and try to get something going. So again, strategic movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these guys back here. Now they've got to go over this. They've got to go here. 2, 3 for the stream. So it's 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Winding up over there. Okay. So, and then the last one is Mumford down here, which he'll stay where he is. So that's all for Stuart. Moving up. Next, last one is Jackson. Okay, so the last one is Jackson. Jackson started it. Jackson will end. So Jackson is over here with J.R. Jones, Lawton, D.H. Hill, and his reserve artillery. Okay, I think we'll start out here with J.R. Jones. Now, one of the problems I see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, those guys are in command. They're next to him, so they're all in command. All right, they're all in command. He's attached over there. So, yeah, everybody can move. So I'm thinking over here. He's going to move up there for 2 and go like that. He's going to move in here for 2. Like so. I don't know. He can't cover, right? So he's got to go 2, 4 into here. And then he's just gonna, what's he gonna do? Gonna stay there, I think. And then he's gonna go 1 to there. Turn face that way. And Jones's artillery now. He's actually going to come up 2, 4. They can, yeah, they could do strategic movement and then go 6 into here. They can face differently, so he'll face that way. Okay, that'll be it. One attack over here, going against Phelps, Penn, and Warren. So we'll get a chance to fire at them. So he'll need a 7 or higher. They're in the woods, so that's going to be a -1. And that'll do it. So 7 or higher with a -1. Well, a 7 goes down to 6. That doesn't get them, so the attack is still on. Odds ratio 7 against 3. That's 2 to 1 for +2. Oops. So +2 cohesions are the same, so there's no pluses. Target is in the woods, so that's a -1. So it's down to +1, and he's also, but they're also going downhill, so it's a +1, so it goes back up to a +2. So it's a 5 with a +2 on the dice. Oh, rolls a 0. Automatically disordered and cohesion check. Confederate counterattacks are just as bad as the Union attacks. So they both. And now cohesion checks for retreat. Top one's okay. Bottom one is okay. So that failed. Now he moves, so he's in no rally. So that'll do it for Jones. Now Lawton was hoping he would get dislodged out of there. He has a different attack. So his guns should be able to see over to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's an L. So he's in range 0 +2. Nothing for Woods. So it's a 9. Artillery attack 9 on Patrick. With +2 on the dice. That is a miss. Alright. So next, movement. So he's going to move back 2 to there. And then he's going to move up into there. And then they're going to move up for the attack. And then Early is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to there. And then he'll have no rally. He can recover later. Okay, so there we go. So now the attack is going to be over here. Now, Patrick could fire at both or 1. He's got to fire at just 1. These are all high cohesions. So it's going to be this stack. Needs an 8 or higher. They are in open ground, so he will get a +1 on the dice roll. So he needs an 8 or higher with a +1 on the dice. Rolls a 3 + 1 is 4. Does not work. Attack still goes on. So now they're going to be 10 against 4. That's a 2 to 1. They are in woods. So 2 to 1 gets us a +2. Cohesion difference is a +1. So that goes up to 3. Now he's in woods, so that's a -1. And we do have 1 unit coming uphill. So that will also be a -1. So -2 on the attack. Okay, so 3 - 2 gives us just +1. Needs a 5 with a +1 on the dice. 3 + 1 is 4. So close. So they're all disordered. And all of these are disordered again. Ugh. More rallies. But the Confederates, for them, it's not as big of a deal because they're holding all of this ground. So now we got to do some cohesion tests. He'll be a 5, excuse me. He's okay. Oops. And then we've got these guys over here, which will be 6s. Yep, 2 and bottom 1, 2. All right, so there's no retreats. All right, so that's it. Try to get Douglas recovered. He's a 5. 5 or less. He rolls a 5, so he recovered. Okay. Douglas is recovered. He's in a rally. Comes off. So that's all for Lawton. Next, we've got, I think the reserve artillery has to come into play at this point. They're going to fire straight ahead. We've got this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one down here. So firing, he's going to fire straight ahead. He'll be 3 at short range. So 0, cornfield's nothing. So 9 with a +3. 5, that's a miss. Okay. So he's shooting at the same level. He could shoot there. Not really liking it because there's friendlies right there. He'd have to, if he rolled a 2. Don't like that. So he may not do anything. Actually, that can come off. This gun, point blank at them, so there's 3. +1 for the range is 4. That's it. So 9 with a +4 on the dice. 6 + 4 is 10. Cohesion check on Gordon. He's a 5. Rolls a 6. So he is withdrawn. Artillery did its job, knocked him out. And they're withdrawn. Okay. Next, we've got him back here. He can't shoot at anything. But we do have this over here. Point blank against them. So +3. Range of 1 +4. So it's a 9 with a +4. Or the 9, that's 13. So he's automatically disordered. Yeah, automatically disordered. And stays there like that. Okay. Trying to think, is there going to be any movement with the other 2 guns? We'll just put them on there so we know. I don't think so. I think everybody's good where they are. So that's the end of the artillery phase, or reserve artillery activation. The last one is Hill, DH Hill. This battery is up 2 levels. He can shoot straight ahead at Williams here. So it's a range of 2. He's an L, so it's a +0. Strength is 1. It's plunging fire, +2. 9 with a +2 on the dice. 7 + 2 is 9. It's cohesion check. Rolls a 7. So he fails, so he's disordered. And it's a move fired. Okay. So now movement and charges. So I think what we're going to do over here is have Colquitt, the second Colquitt, come over here with the first one. And they're going to attack Goodrich right there. What do we have over here? He looks disordered, and he is. Alright, but he could rally because there's nobody around him now. Okay, that's good. So I think the only attack is going to be this over here. He'll fire back. He's disordered in open ground, so it's a +1, -1. They need a 7 or higher. Roll a 5. That's a miss. So now the attack continues. 7 against 4. That's a 3 to 2 odds. It's higher than a 3 to 2 odds. and he's in open ground, so it's rounded up to 2 to 1, plus 2 on the dice. Cohesion is 7 against 5, which is another plus 2, which is plus 4 on the dice. Terrain is open, there's nothing there. So 5 with a plus 4 on the dice. Rolls an 11. Defender is disordered and retreats. Attacker must advance and may initiate continued attack. So he's disordered automatically, so he's withdrawn. So there's another unit withdrawn for Mansfield. And the attacker must advance, so it's the highest cohesion. Here, he'll go like that. Yeah, I think he'll go like that. And may attack, but there's nothing there to attack, so that'll do it. So recoveries. We've got a couple of them. Under Hill, right here, we've got these 2 units. So top one, he needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 0, so he's in good shape. Next is Ripley. He's back in good shape. Okay. And then one over here, right here. We've got Rhodes. He's a 6. Needs a 6 or less. Rolls an 8. Doesn't get it. All right. So that should do it for Jackson. And that's the last activation of the 8 o'clock turn. So we move over to our recovery phase. Okay. So for our recoveries, we've got 2. We've got Confederates have 1 that can roll to come back on. We have 1 for the Union, and then these 3 will be going into the recovery phase. So let's go with Confederates first. This will be Ripley A, needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 9, so he is out of the game. So he will join D.H. Hill A over here, out of the game. Next comes Seymour. He needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 2, so Seymour A comes back in the game, and he will come over here and join right behind Meade over here. All right, and then these guys just move down into the recovery box for next turn. Okay, so end of the 8 o'clock turn, turn 4. The situation looks like this. Confederates counterattacked, but it was kind of a mixed counterattack. Jackson's troops really didn't get the push that they needed over here on Hooker. They did push against Mansfield pretty good over here, as he's pushed back and kind of beat up with a couple units into the withdrawn and subsequent recovery section. We do have some movement over here with the 2nd Corps and having Sumner's units crossing Middle Bridge and the Neekirk forward up here, looking to get into the attack as well. And that'll probably happen next turn. Oh, one last thing can't forget is the Union reinforcements over here. They come in right now here at the end of the turn. It's not going to be anything fancy, I don't think. We're just going to have them come in and kind of position, just so that we don't get a log jam. So we'll start with this unit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go with 1. Barnes, here it is. So they'll come over next. And they're essentially just going, right in front of the other units here. And then he'll come up under him here. And he'll come to there. And he'll come in next turn along with the artillery. Morale will come up right there. Okay. So that takes care of that. And that'll do it. That'll be the end of the turn. So after 5 turns, we move to the 845 turn. We'll have some more Union reinforcements coming in. Next turn, the 6th Corps. and we will continue the battle up here, the back and forth seesaw battle up here for Dunker Church, and over here for the Sunken Road. So far, the Confederates have pushed back the Union, and the Union has to do some recovery. So it's going to be a bit of a slog for them. Hopefully, Sumner's troops can do something over here to kind of get up into the Sunken Road, or at least get down the Boonsville Pike to start attacking Anderson. And then soon we should be able to get the 9th Corps going as well. Again, playing with the McClellan restrictions. So with that, I will end it here, and thanks for watching.